Thank you, Professor Segev. Professor Pinto, President of the European Society of Cardiology, Professor Williams, President of the American College of Cardiology, Professor Altman, President of the American Heart Association, dear guest faculty members, colleagues and friends. It is a great pleasure for me to formally open our 2015 annual meeting. These are cause-specific mortality trends in Israel. Continuous reduction in cardiac mortality over last decade in females and in males, while cancer mortality is essentially unchanged. When compared to the US and Europe, mortality data from Israel are very reassuring. We are winning the battle against heart disease, however, we are losing, quote-unquote, the battle for first place as a cause of death. Cancer is winning that battle. The implications were that cardiology is considered as a strong profession that is successfully achieving its goals. And unfortunately, the implications from that were that only 4% of the 2015 health basket budget were allocated to cardiology, and that out of 1,000 additional paid hospital physicians positions, only 1% were granted to cardiology. However, as strong as we may be as a profession, cardiovascular morbidity and mortality are still too high, and there is a lot to do to enhance cardiovascular health. Israel Heart Society activities are directed to achieving our mission goal, enhancing cardiovascular health. And I will start with public education. My Heart is a special educational program with cooperation with the Ministry of Education, a project led very enthusiastically by Sarah Bansby that includes intense educational programs for elementary and middle school students to promote healthy lifestyle. The program includes also the Camp Hamitzer secret puzzle competition among more than 200 participating schools. And while solving the puzzle, students learn about the importance of lifestyle modification and prevention. We also have information center for the public on our website in different subjects. And interestingly, we got statistics for last year that almost 500,000 entries to the various centers were recorded. And interestingly, more than 10% were related to heart attack and its signs and symptoms. Half of the entries are with smartphone and tablets, reflecting the new digital revolution. Thanks to the cooperation with the American Heart Association, we got full access to their excellent interactive cardiovascular library. It is in English, but with a single click, it is translated to Hebrew, and this user-friendly library is available for our public. Cardiologists of tomorrow are the future of cardiology. A new updated syllabus for cardiovascular fellowship was adapted based on the European syllabus, thanks to the excellent work of a committee led by Professor Zager. And the final exam was modified, parts 1 and 2 were unified, and the oral part was eliminated. We have continued with the Cardiology Update Fellow course to assist in the preparation for the final exam, and all presentations are recorded and are available as an internet school, again, on our website. We have continued with scholarships for advanced fellowship for these fellows, and five scholarships, $10,000 each, are going to be presented this year, thanks to donation from the industry. And for the first time, we also give 2 grants, 50,000 Israeli shekels each, on behalf of the Israeli Heart Society to promote early career research and advanced subspecialty education in Israel for those who can't afford to go abroad. Guidelines implementation and registries are essential for quality improvement. We have updated our recommendations for therapy of hyperlipidemia, starting therapy with a potent statin as recommended by the American guidelines, but continue to use target values for up titration as recommended by the European guidelines. We have also updated our definition for non-valvular atrial fibrillation. Based on the available data and the pathophysiology, we have narrowed the definition for valvular atrial fibrillation for NOAC eligibility, and NOACs are not indicated only for patients with significant mitral stenosis and mechanical prosthetic valves. Biological valves are not considered a contraindication. Adaptation of the European guidelines for appropriate use of cardiac magnetic resonance were published and presented during our winter conference in Eilat. Israeli registries include the well-known AXIS registry, ICD registry, TAVI registry, and others. We are also participating in the EORP, the Euro Observation Research Program, and we got a generous offer from the ACC to participate in the NCDR, the National Cardiovascular Data Registry. From the AXIS, we have learned that the number of STEMI patients enrolled decreased over the last 13 years. Also, mortality for those who were enrolled declined from 7.5% to 3% over this time period. So in total, we have 25% reduction in incidence, it's unadjusted, 60% reduction in mortality per patient, and in total, 70% reduction in STEMI mortality unadjusted in Israel. Public education was associated with doubling of the utilization of mobile ICU for transportation. And this was associated with 1 hour shortening of time from symptom onset to catheterization. We were able to shorten significantly door-to-balloon time. However, reduction of time from pain onset to first medical contact remains a challenge, and early delay is especially long in females. Scientific conferences are essential to disseminate new advances and treatments. The third Heart Valve Summit, organized by the Israel Heart Society under the leadership of Professor Segev, was heavily attended and included high-quality presentations by international and national speakers. Many of our scientific conferences are organized by the working groups, very often as a joint activity of few working groups together. Thanks to the initiative of 2 of our members, Dr. Porter and Dr. Yagobishvili, 2 excellent conferences were organized on heart disease in women and cardio-oncology. And our international relations. We are going to have a joint session with the ESC. Professor Pinto, the president, is going to represent the ESC in this joint session. Professor Attar, unfortunately, is stuck in Vienna because of a canceled flight, but hopefully will be able to view his presentation. Also, Professor Bax, the president-elect of the ESC, is going to provide the prestigious Neufeld Memorial Lecture. Israel Heart Society is a national society of the European Society of Cardiology with 726 members and 71 fellows. We actively participate in the activities of the ESC, guidelines and Congress program committees, activities of the working group and associations, European surveys and journals. There are planned special Israeli sessions during the upcoming Congress in London, and Israel is among the countries selected for a new initiative of the ESC. We are going to have joint ACC IHS session, and the ACC is going to be represented by Dr. Williams, the president, and Dr. O'Gara, who is the immediate past president, and we are fortunate to have him as a second time here in Israel. Our collaboration with the ACC is coordinated with the activities of the Israeli ACC chapter with its governor, Professor Lewis. We actively participated in ACC 2015 in San Diego. We had a joint session on TAVI with the German Society of Cardiology and Israeli faculty members in the Middle East conference at the ACC. Thanks to the offer of the ACC, we have special offers for our Israeli trainees. And we are very excited for the first time to have a joint session with the American Heart Association. It's a new collaboration, Dr. Antman, the president of the AHA, is going to be here also, second time in a row representing the AHA. And joining him will be Dr. Goldberger, who is also the president of the Friends of the Israel Society organization that is supporting us throughout the years. We had joint session for the first time of the AHA and ISHS at AHA in Chicago in 2015 on acute coronary syndrome. We appreciate the educational support within the interactive cardiovascular library on our website. And this is just the beginning of a very promising collaboration. And finally, this Congress. The challenge is to achieve optimal balance between local abstracts reporting the scientific achievements in Israel of Israeli cardiologists and attractive plenary sessions with international and local key opinion leaders. We talked about the joint sessions with the ESC, ACC, and the AHA. We had early in the morning a fantastic session with the Afik Cardio on aortic valve disease and additional lectures by invited international faculty during other sessions and satellites. And to the thanks. To the industry roundtable, without your continued support, it would be very difficult to continue with our activities. To Batya Ziv, the administrative manager, who is guiding us with so much experience and endless commitment and the most pleasant and cordial manner. To Professor Amit Segev, the Secretary General, the driving force behind our all activities for the last 4 years. To Paragon Dant Nassim, Karen Davidson, and all the team for efficient and very professional organization of this meeting. And finally, lots of success to the new leadership of the Israel Heart Society, Professor Michael Glickson, Professor Ronen Rubinstein, and Batya. Thank you very much.